A quick take on tariffs and the impact it is likely to have on global economy. So the first question is the tariffs as the Trump administration proposes, as it did in Trump 1.0. How beneficial it would be for US economy, how beneficial it would be for Chinese economy and rest of the world economy. Paul Krugman also did write on tariffs. He said that tariffs are not a good idea. These are trade restrictive policies. Trade restrictive policies are not good for the global economy. These are you know, two-edged sword. You can't protect the economy. You are not competitive. You can't protect the economy. Let's admit that. You need to do things by which your economy will be more competitive. You can put a wall of trade barriers and expect your economy will do good. There will be more jobs. There will be better GDP growth. There will be debt reduction. There will be more tax correction. And these are illusories. Illusion. People live in stupid fool's world. So the first question: China has advanced so much. We have seen repeated many examples on that. The companies will simply pass on the cost to the consumer, and as they pass on to the cost to the consumer, inflation will go up. Inflation goes up, Fed will be forced to tighten further, and that will further create more economic, that will aid Chinese economy and not US economy. As I was looking at the auto industry, China has simply conquered the world. The Chinese auto industry, Chinese solar power industries or renewable energy industries, Chinese overall economic status. So tariffs will simply add on to cost. I think the Krugman article I should try to share sometime on why Krugman thinks tariffs are not a good idea. And there are many. I believe that tariffs will add to the US inflation basket. US inflation is already higher than that of China. So as more tariffs come in, China will respond. It will not be one way, punch. There will be China will punch back. And as China punches back, there will be more industries in US which cannot enter or which cannot sell to that their products to China, US companies, and US companies cannot sell their products to China. China will develop homegrown technologies. That part you be sure about. China will never be left behind by technology control or trade control. They will develop. It just takes a few years' time. I remember even the day when China and Airbus first signed the contract to manufacture airplanes, and now China is threatening the global aviation industry in a big way. Be it Boeing or Airbus, both will feel threatened by Chinese players. They can compete, they can price their product 20%, 30% cheaper with better quality. And once you do that, many other airlines across the world, they will accept Chinese product, Chinese airlines, as just like they have accepted Chinese-made phones, Chinese-made electric vehicles, Chinese-made solar cells. So China will always find a market. Problem is that US companies will lag behind in technology. US companies will further create more competition for themselves, and they will be missing out of the Chinese markets. So this is something, a short take I want to say that tariffs are not good idea. Tariffs doesn't help. In India also, if they work at tariffs, whatever, India had import duties very high, or even in many places still has. And even if Trump threatens tariffs against Indian companies are not as competitive as Chinese companies. There are Chinese sectors there. So India will feel the pain, but not for China. In the long term, India will not fail. India will also develop domestic capacities and try to produce those things with homegrown technologies and capabilities. But tariffs are not a good idea. Tariffs will do more harm to the global economy, and this part one needs to be certain about.